fast track ahead, fast track ahead. First day of silage. Day one, first cut. Very first cut of this grass. It's new lay, so I haven't seen it, to be honest. Father-in-law cut it. Not yesterday, day before, so yeah, a fair bit here, I think. So, I mean, it's obviously been limited by the lack of moisture we've had, so yeah, we'll see what we got. But yeah, that fast track 4220 with a horse sprayer, very nice and all. Yeah, there we go. There's a bit here, isn't there? Lot. Obviously, it's thicker in parts than other parts, lot, but just literally, I reckon that's the result of the really dry spring we've had. I don't know what the stats are, but 10 mil in 2 months or something like that. So it's had a smidge, but could have done with a bit more than a smidge. But there we go. It's good to get started. So the tractor is still in muck cart mode, so it's absolutely filthy at the minute. And the baler's, I haven't washed the baler yet. Obviously, it's just dust from the winter lot. And she's in TW mode. Got no front mud guard inside. So yeah, reminds me of driving the old TW. It does. But yeah, literally just like rattled off. So it was a bit odd, like, it hasn't been hit or anything like that, just sort of fell off in the yard, like. So I mean, very strange, but yeah, it does give you the illusion of driving the old TW just with a slightly bigger tyre on the front. She's off, boys. We're at McDonald's. Oh yeah. Right, we'll do the old traditional. We'll go and see what sort of bow we've made. Oh yeah, I'm a little bit out of practice. It's a little bit egg-shaped, isn't it? Oh yeah, some good grass in there though. Oh. Yeah, that's not ideal, is it? Never mind. Bit of a thin outside row, so they should get a bit better from now on. There's a train. Anyway, let's crack on. So that's the second bow we produced, and it looks like I forgot to wrap it. However, there is net wrap there. And when I swung round at the headland here, you could see it was all mashed up on this bit here, so I'm guessing it didn't eject quite right, and as the door come down, the rear roller just chewed it up a bit, like. I'm guessing, because like I say, it was just, if you've done any round baling before, you'll have seen it, where it's sort of like where the door can come down, if it ain't ejected properly, it was all chewed up, the net wrap was chewed up there, so we've got one, so I've got one I've got to rebale, but other than that, they are, yeah, coming out very nicely. Yeah, a bit of sun to help the job along. But yeah, I mean, that's a nice looking bow, isn't it, lot? Yeah, nice looking bow. Good and bloody lot of weight in it. Yeah. So, there we go. Bit of a treat for my birthday. It's my birthday today. 40... How old am I? 44. Yeah, 44 years old. How about that? Right, so we've had the odd issue, as you can see. Which does happen. We haven't had this issue for a little while, but it is still very lush, this grass. And these couple of boughs here are just ease her up a little bit, rebaling. I'll tell you what to do. Just drop that out. When it's picking up, when the loader's picking the bough up, because the tine doesn't go all the way through, as as is the case with any bow spike, doesn't go all the way through the bow, leaving about that much, probably 6 inches, something like that, and the weight of the bale is just like flopping off. So yeah, so having to rebale them lot, so a bit of a faff, and I have just adjusted me wraps, so I got it set to 3.5 revolutions of net wrap, and I've upped that to 4.2. It's definitely worth, that's going to be the case, it's definitely worth spending a little bit more on wrap per bale than rebaling bales. It's far more costly to rebale the bales. So yeah, we've not had this problem for, last time it was 2 years ago, and it's always on first year lay lot, where it's really leafy. Even though we've, like we say, we've left it for 2 days. Yes, it's not moved, it's not raked up or anything like that, but you know, it just lays in the swath sort of thing. So steady, nice and slowly. Give the bale a chance to eat it. It's always a bit dodgy rebaling bale silage, or even straw to be fair, but silage is even worse because it's lumpy, isn't it? Like lumpy and wet. So it's day 2 now, same field. We got on okay yesterday, but it was still a little bit, it weren't really wet, but so we, you know, although the bales were very heavy, they were not, you know, we were struggling to make decent bales, if you know what I mean. Hence, I've got about 4 to rebale when I've done this field. But today, different day, extra like 24 hours on the wilt. Superb bales now. Picking up. Easy. Carting crew is here in force at the minute. So a little 60-20 on one of the little trailers, the other T7 on the little trailer, the little T495 on loading duties. Yeah, lovely round bales now. So yeah, difference a day can make lot. So this is the last row to be done, and then I've got about 4 bales to rebale, and I did quite a few yesterday, to be fair. I must have rebaled 5 yesterday, something like that. And the ones I've got to rebale today are from yesterday. So yeah, today's been, touch wood, perfect. Always have a few teething problems on the first day, didn't you? Well, yeah, apart from the bales exploding, the wrapper, the big main spring for the plastic cut for the knife, basically on the thing, that fell apart. So I had to put that back together. But other than that, I don't think it was too bad. So yeah, so what we've done so far, so it's 223, which is 143 today. Yeah, like I said, I don't know, it must be, there'll probably be about 10 rebales, so that figure of 223 will probably be about, I don't know, 215 or something like that. So good start. First cut, first lay. We've got some more to do tomorrow. And then of course we've got some bare grass, so you know what that means. Slurry tankering. You know, get some of the old rocket fuel on here, like, so the old fast track will be called into action. So nice and steady. At least these are dry. You know, they've spent a day spread out, so they'll be fairly dry. It should be fairly easy to bale up. That's where a CVT transmission comes in handy, because you can just crawl through. You don't need to slip the clutch or anything like that. Just crawl through at nice slow speed, and you know, limit the risk of bunging the baler up. So we're on the delightful little 6020, otherwise known as Bounce. The T4 is on the loading duties. Yeah, she's it's not the most comfiest of tractors in the world, but does the job. She does do the job. And we're off. So this is, as you can probably see, you might just be able to see, she's actually the spraying tractor at the minute. Obviously when the crops get you know, get to a certain height for, you know, where it's, you know, you can't run wide tyres. We don't swap tyres on the tractors, we just swap the sprayer onto these, because it's on, you know, relatively narrow tyres anyway. So the tractor in front, the one that Richard's just bringing up, the T7, that does all the spraying during the winter on the wider tyres, and then he'll stick them on here, you see. So the style of driving that you need to drive the 6020 is like, you pretend you're in you're riding a horse. So you sit forward in the seat, steering wheel is the reins, and then you're riding like. It's just the most comfortable way to do it. Sort of sit forward a bit, then you can ride the bucking motion. Drop this trailer off and put this tractor back on the feeder wagon for the morning, and we're about done for the day. Just put the wrapper up. Drop her off. Okay, now we're going to put the feeder wagon on, so that's on for the morning. That's already put filled a fair hole in the stack. We've got quite a bit of carryover, but as I always say, it's better to have it than have not. So I'm still feeding, even though the cows are, you know, fully out now, obviously. Still feeding 2 bales a day. And like when grass gets less, that'll go up to maybe 3 to 4 bales a day, lot. So yeah, that'll still keep going. Still keep going down, although it's getting topped up. by the fact we're actually doing grass. So there we go, hooked on. Let's put all the connections on and we're done. So here goes, first silage video of the year. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a bit it weren't too bad. You got to expect a few issues now and again, didn't you? So yeah, today obviously went a lot better, 140 odd with no issues at all. Unlike yesterday where there was a lot of issues, but that's the way it goes, isn't it? That's farming for you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that vid. See you on the next one. Ta-ta!